And welcome back to Nancy's Neighborhood. And we weren't through talking. My producer said I had to quit for a minute because we had to pay some bills. And Andy and I were not finished talking about the registration for football, cheerleading, baseball, and girls softball. And I have to tell you, Andy, I had a little boy in my shop today. I'm having Christmas in July, so he and his grandmother came in. And his name is John Daniel, and he plays baseball. And I think he plays out at Blue Springs. But anyway, he was saying that he loves baseball and he loves playing, and they came in second in the state. Next year they're going to win.
And they're going to win.
And I said, that is good, John Daniel. I really appreciate it. But he was real enthusiastic about baseball. I don't know that he's going to play anything else, but he did play baseball. And I was just telling Andy, I'm a real proponent of team sports because it teaches several things. It teaches responsibility, because you have to be responsible to other people. It teaches sportsmanship, and it teaches working together. And if you can't work together as a team, you know that old saying, there's no I in team.
No.
And, of course, I'm a tennis player, so there's an I in tennis, okay? But I want you to tell people how they can reach you if they have questions about this.
Okay. You can reach us at the office. Our phone number is 728-7035. We're also on Facebook.
Oh, yay.
We're on Twitter. You can find all those links on our website at bradleyparks.com. Seems like the best way for me to get to people is social media.
It's amazing, but you're right. That's exactly right. So the deadline to register online is July 26th.
Yes, ma'am.
But this Saturday, you're going to be open on Urbane Road behind the YMCA and at the Parks and Rec office on Peerless.
We're at the office at Peerless Monday through Friday.
Okay.
I think 10 to 4.
Okay.
And we will be at the park just that Saturday.
Okay, so you will not be open on Peerless on Saturday.
No, ma'am.
Because you're going over to the
Yeah, we'll be at the park that day.
Okay.
But you can drop in any time in the week at our office, and somebody will be there. Me or Tommy or Caitlin will be there.
Caitlin, and you got a good one there on Caitlin. I saw her. I went to vote, early vote Friday morning, and she was running errands for you all. She's a good one. I tell you right now, she is. And so I just think this is wonderful. So this is, now let me just ask, the football is for boys, the baseball is for boys, but you have girls softball, and the cheerleading is co-ed, or is that just girls?
I guess anybody can play anything now.
Okay.
If there's a little girl that wants to play football, then I wouldn't tell her that she couldn't. The girls softball is just for girls.
Gotcha. I got you, because it says girls softball.
Some of our leagues in the fall, like our 5 and 6 year old T-ball league, could be co-ed.
Yeah. And I love T-ball. I think y'all used to play T-ball. This is probably before your time, but at Hopewell Schools Field, which was before the North Bradley Field was done. And I used to go there and watch that sometimes. I just love to watch T-ball. They're so cute at that age. But anyway, so now we're going to get everybody signed up anytime between now and July 26th at your office or online at bradleyparks.com or 728-7035 or Saturday on Urbane Road at the Bradley County Park.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, I got that covered. Now,
Good deal.
how many tennis courts are out at Urbane Road?
Tennis courts. We've got 2 tennis courts, and they need work.
Okay.
I won't lie.
Okay.
And I've been looking into that since I got done with my pickleball courts, is how I can kind of bring them back on playing scale. Now, there's people that practice out there and play out there, but I won't lie to you, they need work.
Okay. Are they lighted?
The tennis courts are lighted.
Okay, very good. Because I know that there's the ones at Tinsley, there's the ones at Lee, and I did not know until you mentioned it earlier that there were tennis courts out on Urbane Road. So I did not know that. So that's the reason I wanted to ask that. But what I want to talk about is the pickleball courts, because I think that is so exciting.
Yep, everybody's excited about it. I was glad to get them out there myself.
How many do you have?
We have 2 courts.
Okay.
And they're right beside our tennis courts.
Okay. Are they lighted, or is this daytime play?
They're daytime play right now.
Okay.
Dawn till dusk.
Okay.
And I do have lights possibly in the future.
Okay. Now, explain to everybody what pickleball is.
I'll do my best. 'Cause
Okay.
I've only hit the ball around a little bit once myself. So pickleball is a combination of tennis, badminton, and ping pong.
Okay.
All right. It's played on a badminton-sized court, which I believe is 44 feet long by 20 wide.
Okay.
And it's played with a plastic wiffle ball and a paddle, like a wooden paddle. I've seen some synthetics. So, but it's I don't know how to explain it. You don't. It's like tennis. It's like ping pong. You don't have to move quite as much like badminton. So, and the push for pickleball that I got was from some of the retired or senior citizens in the community that apparently there's well over 100 that play all the time in town here, and they were playing at the Y and a couple other indoor facilities, and some of them came to me at the office and asked me if I would put in for the HCI grant, the Healthy Community Initiative grant, and get some outdoor pickleball courts. So.
And I have some friends that play pickleball that have been trying to get me to play pickleball, but I've got to wait till I get a knee fix before I can do that, because I played tennis up until 5 years ago, and semi-competitively. I mean, I didn't just go out there for socialization. I went out to basically to win. But several of my friends have said, Nancy, you need to come play pickleball. And I said, well, can you let it bounce 2 or 3 times before you hit it, or do you have to hit it on after the first bounce? They said, no, you have to hit it after the first bounce. I said, well, my knee won't let me do that, because I started playing tennis when I was 5 on concrete courts, and played on concrete and asphalt and Laco until I finally joined the racket club in Chattanooga for the Rubico courts, the clay courts, and the difference in those courts and playing on the hard courts is amazing. But I don't have any knees left. So how does this work? Do you just show up out there with with whoever you want to play with, or is there a reservation thing about booking the courts, or what do you do?
No, right now it's just I guess it would be first come first serve,
okay,
with some rules thrown in there about if you have people waiting. But it seems that most of the people that are out there playing are pretty friendly. There's not been any fights over the court. They rotate out pretty good. I think there's about 10 people out there this morning playing.
Fantastic.
So, every morning there's a group out there playing just about every day since I've got them done. I'm not going to get into the reserving them if I can keep from it. If everybody can, share, then we'll just keep on sharing. If there were ever to be some people that wanted to do tournaments or something like that, then I would naturally I'd post it prior to that and let everybody know that there was going to be an event coming up.
And tournaments might be a possibility down the road, because I know some of our people here go play in tournaments.
Yeah, it's right up your alley. Apparently, it's pretty competitive. So.
That's the reason I want to get this knee fixed, so I could get out there and do this, because it's like I say, like I told Andy before, I watched Wimbledon all this weekend, and some of those matches, 24-22 in the 5th set, that's totally ridiculous, folks, when you don't play a tiebreak. But I think pickleball would be just really fascinating and fun to do, and mainly it's our seniors that are playing.
That was the push for it. Now, I can remember at Tennessee Wesleyan, when I was there, they actually had a pickleball class. It was one of their PE classes, and I didn't participate in it. But apparently, I did a little research on it. In 2016, there was 2.5 million participants in America.
Oh, my
gosh. So it's a really fast-growing sport, and I think it's because it's so inclusive to so many different people.
Right.
So I think maybe if, I'm pretty sure the city's looking to get a couple courts in town also. So maybe if more people are exposed to it, then.
Well, I know when I was at Wesleyan, was Coach Farmer there any time while you were at Wesleyan?
No, but the gym was named after him.
Okay, yes. And so when I was there, he coached my tennis doubles partner and I on badminton, and took us to a competition in Knoxville at UTK. Boy, we jumped out of our league real fast right up there. But badminton was big at Tennessee Wesleyan then, and so I enjoyed badminton. I enjoyed table tennis or ping pong, and so I think I would really enjoy the pickleball. And I just think it's so wonderful that we're offering it to seniors. Now, does it score like tennis? Do you know?
Like I said, I did some
Okay,
research.
okay.
It scores. I guess, more similar to volleyball.
Okay.
You play to 11. You have to win by 2.
Okay.
And you only score if you're serving. So
Okay.
you hold the serve to score.
Okay.
You have to serve underhand. It has to. And on your bounce rule, there's a 2 bounce rule when you serve. So if I serve to you, you have to let it bounce. You volley it back to me, I have to let it bounce,
Okay.
and then you can volley it out of the air.
Oh,
after
okay.
that. The court is broke down in a way that you have a section right in front of the net that's about 7 feet deep from the net, to where you can't get up and volley right over the net. You actually have to play back a little bit. So I guess it kind of takes away that huge slam.
That happens in ping pong sometimes.
Yes, ma'am. So it allows you to volley a little bit easier. I think that's about all that I had on it.
Well, I just think it's fascinating because so many of like Linda Kondo is playing, and Linda and I played tennis together years ago in Athens on the courts at City Park Elementary School. When I was growing up, all 4 of the elementary schools had their own swimming pool and their own tennis court. And so that's one of the concrete courts I started playing on. So, so she keeps saying, you need to play. And Charles Cogdell, and there's several people that are playing pickleball. And they just I saw Bob Taylor the other day, and he said he'd been playing pickleball. So, and he's a big, avid tennis player. So I'm assuming that most of the people that are out there playing have tennis experience. That's an assumption.
That's probably a good one.
Okay. So the courts are out there, and they're available from dawn to dusk, you said. And I would say that your adults, I know when I used to play tennis at Tinsley, there was a 1-hour rule. If there was a big crowd, if you were on the court for over an hour, you needed to come off and let the next people go on.
The people that I've spoke to out there that play have told me this, that they kind of police it that way.
Okay.
They do some different things, or maybe most of them I believe play doubles.
Oh, okay.
So if me and you are playing together and we win, we may split up and 2 more come in and we play against each other, and they rotate it that way. But we are want to keep that rule in play that if there's people waiting, keep it to X amount of time, and let everybody else rotate in and out.
So you can play singles or doubles in pickleball.
Mm-hmm.
I never cared for singles in tennis, and never cared for it at all, and probably wouldn't in pickleball. But I loved playing doubles. There's a whole different strategy to play doubles that there is.
Communication, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Andy, thank you so much for being on with me today. When I read this article about pickleball in the paper, I thought, I got to call Andy, and then I saw the ad. And folks, if you don't get the banner, depend on me to let you know. But here it is. So, so the pickleball courts. Do we have anybody we can contact, or do we just contact you about pickleball?
You can contact me right now.
Okay, all right.
And I'll if I can't answer your question, I'll put you in contact with somebody that can.
Okay.
And if they're wanting to get with the group that plays now, I've got some contact information to get them to those people.
Super. And so, is that also on your website? Pickleball on your website?
I haven't got on the website yet.
Okay.
I was in the process.
728-7035.
Yes, ma'am.
728-7035. Okay, and that's for pickleball or any of these other sports. But BradleyRec.com.
BradleyParks.com.
BradleyParks.com is the website, and that'll have everything about football, cheerleading, baseball, and girls softball. Mm-hmm. Andy, thank you so much for being on with me today. I feel like we've covered a lot, and my director's in there doing this, and so I'm going, okay, Alex, I'm getting ready to go to commercials. So, Andy, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, folks, Alex says I have to go to commercial, so we're going to commercial right now. Watch our commercials, support our sponsors because they pay our bills, and I'll be right back to give you some updates on some things that are happening this week in town and in the county, and possibly next week in the next. So don't go away. I'll be right back.